Hello. Last week I said that the first thing you should do when you're listening to people on the internet or somebody's trying to sell you something or convince you of something, first thing you should do is assume they're lying. Okay. Now I think that's a good habit because the world out there is often a very, very terrible place, and there are people that are just plain lying to you, and you can't always tell. But the next thing I think you should do is listen to what they've got to say, and it might sound true. So you should go away and check up other sources and see if it matches up with other things that sound true. And if you're starting to think, well, okay, this is true, then I think you should ask yourself, does this person have my best interests at heart? Does this person want the world to be a better place? And I think if the answer to that is yes, then you might be listening to something which is good advice. Now, of course, you still might be wrong. And, we can all get caught out time and time again. But, I've come a cropper on a number of occasions from believing things that aren't true. But there are certain people on the internet that I really like and I really appreciate, and I believe them, and actually I trust them, and I do think that they want the world to be a better place than that they have our interests at heart. And some of those people, I think of them as the A-team. I'm sure you all know them. They're all the big Electroneum YouTubers. Sean Davis and Crypto NWO and Mick from All About Tech, Truthful Rob, Naga Bo. Wow, what a guy. Those guys, honestly, I watch all your videos and, excuse me, we're just slipping down a little bit. Yeah, those guys, you've all been there when, through this last year, and you've given me a little bit of hope, right? Because this last year has been very nearly the worst experience of my entire life. I've had a terrible, terrible year. I have been facing bankruptcy all year. The threat that I could lose my house, everything I've worked for, has been very, very, very real. It's not entirely due to my cryptocurrency trading habits, but that has contributed, unfortunately. But like I say, the A-team Electroneum YouTubers have been just seem to have this boundless enthusiasm and energy, and it's really, really helped me and kept me together, and I would like to thank you for your efforts, honestly. And also you guys as well that are watching, and the friends I've made on the channel. It's been really, really helpful. It's kept me going, because I use this, to be honest, I use this like therapy, okay, because I can't afford a therapist. I've got nobody that I can talk to, really. So basically I talk to you guys, and it's been really, really helpful, and it's kept me going. And last week, when Electroneum was enjoying that nice little rally, I caught Crypto NWO's live stream. I don't know if you saw any of that, but it was just brilliant. It was just brilliant to just feel joy for once, I knew it was going to come down at some stage. Obviously, everybody knew it was going to come down at some stage, you know, a bit at least. But right then, I just chose to not care about that, and it was just great to be part of something joyous and happy for a change, you know. But yeah, I have effectively been facing bankruptcy, and I've been doing everything I possibly can to just keep everything together around here, you know. I've been working and working and working and working just to keep everything, keep the bills paid, keep the roof over my head. Because I don't want to lose my house. Besides, if I went for bankruptcy, and it's actually not a bad thing. I've got a friend that went through bankruptcy, and he said it was actually the most freeing experience he's ever had. He thought it was great. He didn't have a house to lose though, and not only, you see, if I just went through bankruptcy, which is a realistic option for me, my wife wouldn't be happy about losing the house, my kids wouldn't be, but not only would they take my house, I suspect that they would take my Electroneum, because they'd go through my accounts and everything and say, so what have you got, or what have you been spending, what have you bought? It says, oh, what's this? You've got this cryptocurrency. Oh yeah, well, we'll have that as well. And I just can't let that happen. I'm sorry, in no way. So I'm proud of myself for keeping things together as long as I have, and I've got some good news as well, because I just got a job. I'm packing in my business, and it's all really good, because I don't regret packing the business in, because actually what I've learned in running my business has actually meant that I can walk into this really nice job with another big company. And I can tell you that's a wonderful thing, because I'm now going to be getting a salary. I don't have to go through every single day going, oh, where's the next money coming from? Where's the next food coming from? I've done it, I've kept it up, and I've kept going and kept going and kept going, but my word, it's been stressful. So I've got a nice job, and it's starting in a few weeks. I've got one more garden to build, and that's it. As soon as that's finished, I'm going to work for another company, building gardens for another company, and I'm really happy about that. It's a nice bunch of people, so things are looking up for me. But one of the things I did in this last year, and it's what I'm on about, right? It's why I've got lots of videos left to make in me, and because what it's about and what I've been talking about in the last few videos I've been making is this little simulation of a trading environment. Okay, it's a simulated market, and I think it's very interesting. It's actually very, very simple, and I want to explain it to you, but every time I try and make the video that explains it, I look back at it and I go, oh no, that's awful. Nobody will understand that. Nobody will get what I'm on about. They won't understand the significance of it, and I just fail. So what I'm gonna try and do instead is I'm gonna try and do it in little chunks, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's gonna take a few weeks to get through it all. So what I would ask you, right? I'm not, because what happens on YouTube, and I've seen other people say this as well, is that people's Electroneum videos have a much higher number of views than the other ones that they do. When Electroneum is in the title, you get a load of views, and when it's not, you don't get many views, and I think that's a shame. So what I would just say is that I'm not going to be doing Electroneum videos, right? But what I'm doing is really, really important to understand, I think, if you want to make it in this world, you know? Sorry, that's my cat just trying to get in the door. Anyway, so I'm going to do these little videos one by one, and I'm going to just explain this little simulated market that I've created. And what it does, you see, it strips out all of the stuff that makes it all so confusing and difficult, right? And and what it does, it's going to look at what would happen if all you had in a market were brand new, ignorant, naive retail investors. So it strips away all the manipulation, it strips away all the investment banks and institutional money and all of this kind of stuff, right? And just looks at what would happen if everybody in a marketplace was just a naive retail investor like I used to be. I'm not anymore, by the way. No. I've learned in this last year, one of the things I've done is I've learned how to trade. And I can tell you, I'm pretty good at it, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's an awful way to make money. Okay. But I'm really torn, okay, because I kind of hate myself. When I'm trading, I kind of hate myself. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I made this video to just introduce that. So I'm going to keep going. And the other thing I did as well, I started a BitTube channel where I started putting these videos on. But I'm finding BitTube a little bit too clunky, and actually I can't get it on my phone. I've forgotten my password, and I've tried to reset my password, and I can't do it. BitTube has got a bit of a way to go to get it working nice and smoothly. So I think I'll probably, if I ever get back onto it, I'll probably keep putting my videos on there. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I've just done one extra one which is on there. I'm going to put that one on here next. And anyway, I'm going to keep that going. So what I would ask you to do, right? If you want, I mean, obviously you don't have to, but if you're interested in what I've come up with, right? Just bear with me and just stick at it. I'm going to do these little videos, quite short, simple explanations, and I think that you're going to learn something very, very interesting. We'll see. So, once again, thanks to all those people out there that have just helped me through all of this. Take lots of care and see you soon.